if you're probably in your 20s, you're feeling lost, you're feeling like you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what to do with your life. Imagine this is the conversation for you. And girl, we said in 2026, we are doing it together. There is no way I'm leaving you behind. So because of that, I want you to hold it right there. And I have 3 insights for you, or rather 2, okay? That you're not a failure, that you have it all together, and that you're gonna be great, okay? Yeah, so after this conversation, you're gonna prove me right, because guess what? We are not experts, because we are doing it together, you and I. Sawa sawa. That being said and done, do not move an inch, because you know what, baby girl, I am welcoming you to the Unscripted 20s. Bestie, let me tell you something. If there is something in our 20s that scare me the most, are those times where we wake up in the morning so confident, knowing where we are going, and then another time we just wake up, boom, and realize that we no longer have the same, let me call it spark, for the things that we were actually craving for, and you do not even have the answers towards it. You sit down, you ask yourself, really, was I the person who used to like acting? Was I the person who used to like, driving? Was I the same person who used to like, my profession? You no longer have a drive, you no longer want to do anything, and you just don't know what has really happened to you. You try figuring out, maybe it's your village people, you cannot find answers. That is the most shocking part. And then to add salt to injury, in the generation that we live in, women are supposed to be confident. They are supposed to have like a sense of direction. They are supposed to be, women who can be able to be bold in how they articulate their views, in their kind of, direction they want to pursue. They have to be assertive, and all those beautiful values we have learned. Those days where you feel like you do not know where you are going, who you are, whether the paths you choose, you either chose it because of emotions, or you are truly certain that is the place that you want to be. Those are the most hardest parts of our 20s that no one talks about. But you know what, baby girl? You don't have to fit into those situations. We don't, by the way, we don't owe those situations any explanation. Yes, because the moment we dive into that, we lose ourselves completely. Completely. And that's the saddest part. So all I'm saying is that there are those times where we will feel that, but it does not mean that we need to actually bury ourselves in that situation and make it our reality. We do not. There are 2 enemies that have been surrounding you, and funny thing, you have not been noticing them, but I'm here to tell you. You're probably asking yourself, have you had an encounter with a prophetess? You never know. But let me tell you, once you conquer these 2 enemies, deal done for you and problem solved. One of them is identity crisis. My dear, you have allowed people to know you more than you know yourself. That any negativity that comes defines you. Any positivity that comes now defines you. In another angle. If they say you're a bad person, you now become a bad person. When they say you're a good person, you feel good about yourself. Don't you think there is a problem there? And I always say, in every successful story, if you ask the person, what did you do to get here? They always start with I. And then they end with, I thank God for my supportive team. So I am here to tell you that there is no successful story without you. So if you do not figure out the things in your life that are making you not know who you are, that is what is going to limit your success. So in every successful story, we have to have you, because it is you who we are going to be reading about. It is you who we are going to be, talking about, because the story is yours. You have to be included. And one thing that has been problematic to most of us in our 20s is that we have not identified how to balance between our strengths and our weaknesses, which makes us feel like we have to be perfect worked all through. And that when we find that we have a certain weakness, we now decide that we are not continuing with this journey anymore because there is a weakness. But what we need to learn from our weakness is that it motivates us to know the areas of our lives that we need to improve. Because once we improve that, we are able to solve every given problem that we have. It's just like in a relationship. If you are not a good communicator, you do not say, I'm not a good communicator, and you decide that you never communicate, but instead, because you love and cherish this person, you are able to work out means of you trying to become the good communicator that you should be. So that also applies. The problem is we devote ourselves to unnecessary things. Let me call them unnecessary for now. Unnecessary things, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty things, we fail to put in the same effort, the same love, or the same measure, or the same effort you put in your relationship. If you can put it, imagine, in working on your identity, you can achieve what you want to achieve in life. Another thing about identity crisis, one thing about us, we have failed to question ourselves and to ask the right questions. Whenever we are in a problem, we tend to look at the problem and not see the success story behind it, and not see what you're supposed to do to get this problem out. So whenever we are in a problem, we tend not to look at how we are going to solve the problem, but instead we look at how this problem has affected us, and we keep on crying. We actually put ourselves in conditions where we can't even wake up tomorrow. We are still in bed. We cannot eat, instead of looking for a solution. So once you have identified yourself, it is possible for you to know the gaps in your life and try and improve. And we have said your 20s are not supposed to be perfect. Your 20s are just supposed to make you the best version of yourself, because in your 20s is where you are trying until you get where you're supposed to be. And remember, we said life has no script. So why are you trying to do things perfectly? Your identity crises are making you try to, compare yourself with other people, and you want to copy them. Yeah, for instance, if you want to, be a doctor, instead of you trying to be unique in your own way, you want to be like Dr. So and so, without, you identifying your unique traits that will make you the best doctor. Because if you copy so and so, they are going to relate so and so with you, so you will not get your successful story. So all I'm saying is, number one enemy is identity crisis. Fight identity crisis by knowing yourself, and by shutting all those ears that you have been giving of people saying this and this about you, and you're taking them in, and mastering who you are, where you want to go. Okay, and also trusting the process and planning yourself as per now, but the end goal is in 5 years. Do not start with the 5-year plan, start with the 1-year plan, so that you can, once you move to the 1-year plan, you go progressing. But the problem is, we want to move from the 1-year plan to the 5-year plan. It cannot work like that. So identify those things, identify your strengths, and balance them all together, and you'll find yourself, my dear, doing better, because you have understood that your weaknesses are not supposed to break you. Another thing, bring out yourself in the best version possible, where we cannot find another person like you. Like, if somebody is using soprano in her podcast, you have a bass, that is what you are going to use. If you have an alto, that is what you are going to use, but you are going to come out as you are. Like, the moment people meet you and they see you, they can be able to see your videos and relate with you. They cannot say that this one is actually not the same person. So it applies with your profession, with your interest. Do things that you feel comfortable doing, and that's when you will realize that you are actually, in the right track, and you have already cut off the enemy of identity crisis, and you have destroyed him completely, or her completely, because I don't know if he's a he or a her. That being said and done, now here is the ginger and the pepper. Big girl, there is another enemy that you have been overlooking. Yes, you have been overlooking that enemy. The enemy has been looking at you and wanting to do a collaboration with Identity Crisis. But as for you, thank God you are here, because they were about to team up together and destroy you. And you know who that enemy is? That enemy is the fear of the unknown. When we mention fear, everyone has started trembling. We are giving excuses every now and then of why we do not want to go for the dreams we actually wrote on our journals. They are so bright. When we look at them, we are like, by the way, we would really want to be part of this story. Can you start at least? But you know, this fear is making you feel like you are not enough. And then in a world where we have social media, where everything is edited, where everything is colorful, where everything is almost scripted, yeah, you feel like you want now to be like a particular person. And once you try to act how that particular person acts and you fail, you say, by the way, I'm not pursuing this. But what you are not realizing is that the reason why we are saying self-identity first is knowing yourself, so that we can bring in your unique character and have the courage and the boldness to pursue it. And people will take you as you come. But the problem is, you want to come as Beyonce, but we know you as Anne. Like, make sure you bring out the best of you and stop characterizing yourself, or rather copycatting other people. Yes, or looking at someone's life and you want the same life for yourself. It is not bad, but you see, find yourself losing where you want to go and you start buying another person's dream. Okay, you want a Lamborghini, but then somebody comes with a Mercedes and you just choose the Mercedes because you did not expect that you can actually get the Lamborghini. So this is one of the things that have been limiting you from moving forward. Fear has never killed anyone. It just limits you from success. And then one thing about fear, it is just something that you yourself can defeat it. Imagine you are stronger than fear, but you're busy making it a big heap, of baggage that makes you not go front. Do that thing you want to do. If you want to fly an aeroplane as the first female, in your country, do it. There's no one who's gonna stop you. Do it. And one day you're gonna look at your journey and you're going to say, by the way, it was worth me pursuing this. So the solution to fear is just observation, and act according to where your direction has been leading you to. Yes, you have to observe and then act. Because when we act that fast, there are chances that we can actually lose our grip. So the best thing is for you to observe and move forward. Do not let fear limit you from trying, because you have already failed in your mindset, well, there's actually nothing that you have done in the reality. It's like you're being delusional. By the way, if you have identity crisis and you combine it with fear of the unknown, fear of the unknown, I can actually give an example of when you are in love. You can already see yourself getting married to this person, and then when it reaches 6 months and you and your boyfriend start having misunderstandings, and that's when you're like, I don't like this man anymore. You tell your girlfriends, it's not even working and all that. Okay, and then when you people now start making things or amending your issues, you start telling your girlfriend, you can now see things moving. So it shows that challenges are there. If you're able to actually forgive your boyfriend 100 times, why are you not ready to pursue your future like 500 times? Yeah, back to back. And there is no success story without failure. There has to be failure, but it is you to look at failure in a different perspective. It's either you dust it and try and make a mansion out of it, or just leave it for the winds to come and sweep your foundation. So all I'm saying today is, it's not that you are behind. You have just been allowing these two enemies to conquer your life, to conquer your 20s, and to make you feel like you cannot do it. So girl, starting from today, as you are transitioning to 2026, I want you to take your dream seriously. I want you to walk unapologetically. I want you to pursue your dreams until people say like you're a mad person. I want you to close your ears from negativity and allow yourself to move for once. Yes, and once you start moving, you are going to find bumps ahead. Even a vehicle, when a vehicle is on the road, there are bumps, especially roads in Kenya. We have bumps. It does not stop the vehicle from moving forward. So continue moving, girl. We are waiting for that story of yours. We are ready to feature you. We are ready to learn from you. We are ready to, your generation and your lineage is ready to actually clap for you and be proud of you, because there are so many beautiful things that are meant for us as women in our 20s, but we are restricting ourselves. We are in a space, or rather in a journey, or rather in a generation. We are in a generation, actually. We are in a generation where opportunities are everywhere. We just have to throw ourselves in our best version with no script. We just do it how we can. And this has been a blast because we've done it together. It was a big sister moment where you and I are sharing our experiences. Now, I'd be very selfish if I'd exhaust everything all together. So my request will be, just go write on your journal what has been limiting you from moving forward, and do what? And come and share with us your experience and what you have learned. And maybe after 2 months, or rather 3 months of you trying what we've discussed about, you can come and share with us your testimony, so that other people coming across this video can actually learn from you. So remember to hit that subscribe button, to like and share, so that we can have more conversations like this together as one. Because remember, our slogan is, you do not have to do it alone, because we got you. We repeat again, you do not have to do it alone, because we gotcha. Mwah. See you next time on our next episode.